today, my name's Lave and I watched Creed and now I'm going to tell you lucky people what I thought about it.
What are we waiting for? Let's get this bump.
Okay, so I'm a massive fan of the Rocky franchise. I've grown up with the films. If you'd asked me in different stages in my life which was my favourite, it has changed over the years. When I was a kid, Rocky 3 and Rocky 4 kind of flipped between the two. But now as a slightly more mature adult, it's undoubtedly Rocky 1. Because Rocky 1 was a drama that just happened to have boxing in it. It's a realistic snapshot of what it was like to live in Philadelphia in the 70s. It's the one that started it all. It's got an emotionally engaging story with believable characters, a great love story which all culminates right at the very end of the film. Oh, it's just one of the best underdog stories ever. So when it was announced that they were making Creed, I wasn't overly enthusiastic about it, especially as Sylvester Stallone managed to close that chapter on a high note with Rocky Balboa, which I thought was great. And on paper it sounds like this is a remake of Rocky 5, and we all know that didn't turn out too well. In fact, I asked Mr. T for his prediction on the film and he said,
Prediction? Pain.
and I was like, yeah, we don't want no husband's knock on us. But oh my god, how wrong was I? I absolutely loved this film. Creed was amazing. Seriously, I cannot stress enough how much I enjoyed this film. So Creed stars Michael B. Jordan as Adonis Johnson. Now I've seen him in a couple of films like Chronicle and Fantastic Four. But this is unquestionably his breakout role and he totally owns it. Plus there is a resemblance between him and Carl Weathers' Apollo. So Adonis has had a troubled childhood. It's revealed that his mum died when he was young and he's bounced around from foster home and he's spent some time in juvie. And he's in juvie when he gets visited by what he thinks is another social worker, but turns out to be Mrs. Creed, Apollo's wife. She reveals that Apollo was unfaithful to her and he was the result of that, but she's tracked him down and she's taken responsibility for him and adopting him. Flash forward and he's all grown up, he's had a comfortable life, he's financially supported, he's got a decent job, but he still has this urge to fight. And it's not really revealed why he's got that motivation until the very end of the film, and he sums it up in one sentence and I was like, oh, yeah, got it. So he's not happy with his life, no one will train him in California, so he quits his job and relocates to Philly to track down Rocky Balboa. Oh my god, Sylvester Stallone absolutely knocks it out of the park. Totally deserved the Golden Globe and I'm rooting for him at the Oscars. What I love about his character, I know he's fictional but he totally feels real. It picks up his story where it leaves off in Rocky Balboa. He's still running his restaurant, Adrian's, but now Paulie has passed. I don't sweat you. And he still visits the graves. When he's walking along, I was like, oh, he's going to get his chair out of the tree, and he does. I was like, oh, he just feels like a real person. I want to go to his restaurant and go, yo, Rocco, tell me about your fights. Tell me about your life. So Donnie eventually convinces him to train him. He's a little reluctant at first, but then he does. And so it begins. Rocky has now become the Mickey type character, and the training montages come in. Ooh, even Rocky had a montage. And the relationship between them is great. You've got your whole surrogate father going on. Rocky's kid has moved away, so he's got a surrogate kid. Totally bought the relationship that develops between them. I love the nod to Rocky 2 when Rocky makes him chase a chicken and Donnie actually catches it. And Rocky's like,
chickens are slowing down.
That's speed!
Donnie and Rocky aren't the only characters that I loved in this film. I really like the love interest, Bianca, played by Tessa Thompson. She's a fighter too, not literally, but she's got her own aspirations and dreams. As Mickey would say, she's got her own motivations. So like the original Rocky, the characters are well crafted. They all acted it really well. The cinematography captures the streets of Philadelphia beautifully. It's a drama that just happens to have boxing in it. In fact, where it sets itself apart from the original Rocky films is that they were never realistic depictions of boxing. In this one, it's executed brilliantly. In fact, probably my favourite part of the film is a fight which all happens within one take, or what looks like one take. The best way I could describe it is that it's filmed from the referee's perspective, with it all moving around, people getting hit. You can hear Rocky shouting out advice. In fact, the camera turns down, sees him there. Oh, there were a couple of moments in it where I thought, oh, that's a bit green screen, but other than that, it was executed brilliantly. In fact, my only gripe with the film is a couple of times you're introduced to potential opponents for Donnie. Every time you see one of them, or when Donnie sees one of them, it comes up with a graphic with their boxing stats and their technical readouts. I just found that a little bit weird. It wasn't part of a Sky Sports or ESPN show. It was just Donnie walking around and then he sees one and then it pops up with It just made me pop out of the film ever so slightly. It just felt a little bit unnecessary. I don't really know why they did it. But really, that's the only negative thing I've got to say about the film. So that's my thoughts on Creed, and pause the video now if you want to check out my enjoyment tracker. Now, some might say that the market is oversaturated with these types of films, the boxing, sports, drama film. Jesus, there's loads of them. But I don't care, because Creed is right up there trading blows with the best of them. Trading blows. I'll put my hands up, I've never heard of this director before, Ryan Coogler, but I'm certainly going to check out his other film, Fruitvale Station. I've heard good things about that too. So my question this week is, what is your favourite Rocky moment across the entire franchise? Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Either way, tell me in the comments or there'll be
Pain.
subscribe.